Stress right here on 3FM 92.7. Also, it's been another great weekend of football, and the big game, Accra Hatsafo Kumasi Asante Kotoko, ended with Asante Kotoko beating Hearts by 3-2. I don't remember the last time the Super Clash in Ghana has given us 5 goals in one game. I mean, every time is by a slim margin, really slim. 1-0, 0-1, 2-0. No, it hasn't even been 2-0 in a very long time. 1-1, 1-0 score lines, a lot of binary numbers. But now, today they gave us a really, really good performance there. Both teams incredibly tough on the day, but Kumasi Asante Kotoko reigned supreme. They won by 3-2. Well, Kotoko aren't the only team celebrating. In the CAF Confederations Cup, Dreams FC are also celebrating because they also won their game by 3-2. And then in the CAF Champions League, Mediama were at home against Yanga, the Bavaria Stadium, and they drew 1-1 in their game as well. And it was a game that could potentially have taken them toward the table, but they missed out on that chance. Right, so we'll start off with some local stuff for you. Around 6:20, we'll open the phone lines. You can call us, and then we can hear your thoughts on that Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko game. Phone lines are not open yet. They would open from 6:20. So from 6:20, put out the numbers, and then you can call us and share your thoughts on that Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak game. We'll also get into some CAF awards and what has, who and who are going to receive what and the nominations. We're going to be going through all of that. And then we have our panel quiz. Last week, the panel quiz was done. We'll have it again this week. Then the Premier League and what happened. Arsenal losing, Manchester United losing, Chelsea losing, and Manchester City winning just by through the skin of their teeth there. Luton Town proving to be a really stubborn customer. At the moment now, though, Tottenham Hotspur are beating Newcastle United, and then Mohamed Kudus's West Ham United were laid to the sword as they were beaten by Fulham in incredible fashion there. I mean, I'm sure David Moyes is wondering what happened to his side there. We'll also take you to other leagues, and then we'll do the predictor later on in the show. So today, it isn't quite a full house. Kelvin Ouswansa is in Kumasi. He watched the Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko game. So joining me in the studio this evening is Aniela Alote and Bilishan. Guys, how you doing? Bill, how you doing?
This weekend hasn't been good. It's not lonely at the top anymore. I don't feel it. The loneliness is gone.
Okay.
Now the apple has fallen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you gonna get back to the top?
Yeah, we'll get back to the top. I feel even weak in my bones. Even when it got to the time to do News 360, I couldn't see
But I mean, if you are strong in your conviction of how good you are, I don't think
you look at Odegaard and you look at Jesus, would you be strong in your conviction?
But you were strong just last week.
I was, until I saw that it seems they don't know what a first touch is anymore.
You were strong last week. So what has changed?
And you, Declan Rice.
Why, right now?
After the 97, you could not even sneak something in for us.
Why? He score every 97.
I don't know, but come on, wake up. But yeah, on both ends, Arsenal lose, Hearts of Oak lose. It's not been a good weekend for me.
Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. We'll get into the conversation proper. And so, guys, Aniela Alote and Bilishan have joined me in the studio, and we're going to have a discussion on Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko. Now, let me start with you, Bill, because you are the Ghana Premier League stats man. Take us to this game and what it will mean for both sides in the Ghana Premier League.
I mean, before the game started, of course, I looked at the two sides and I came to the realization that Kotoko scored most of their goals in the second half of games. Before this game, they had scored 12 goals, conceded 10, but 9 of them had come in the second half, which means 75% of their goals were second half goals. And for Hearts of Oak, they had scored 9 goals, conceded 8, but of the 9, 6 of them had come in the first half. That equates to about 67%. And so the conviction was Hearts are a very good first half side. Kotoko are also good in the second half. And so...
And they showed it today.
Yeah, they showed it today. I mean, Hart scored first in the first half, Kotoko equalized. And then in the second half, Kotoko took over, scoring 2. And then managed to, get the victory. And so I think looking at everything, it played out the way it was supposed to play out. Hearts of Folks goalkeeper, Richmond Ai, was terrible on the day, no doubt.
He's been terrible for a long time.
Yeah. Terrible for a long time and for the day as well.
Crying. Let us be empathetic.
Oh no, I'm not going to be empathetic.
They're crying. It's all for the cameras.
You don't let in goals like this and ask for empathy. I mean,
I
don't think so.
Yeah, I mean the third goal was my God. But then again, I mean there are some controversies. There should have been an offside taken against Kotoko and all that. But overall, both teams played very well. I mean, as you mentioned earlier, I haven't seen a 5-goal thriller from both teams in a very, very long time, and so that's really exciting to see. But it's always about the controversy and what happened even before the game.
Right.
With
let's get on the phone lines and talk to Kelvin. Kelvin was there. He saw the controversy live. Kelvin, you're welcome to Sports Ultras right here on 3FM 92.7.
Thank you so much, Yao.
I mean, back in Kumasi, watching Hearts of Oak and Kotoko, how was the feeling like?
Well, it was a very great atmosphere. I think it's never been, this hot, this heated, with all the pre-game controversies. I think in the last 4 or 5 games, it's been very quiet on a low, where you don't see, the happening and tussling. But today, I think we saw that it was very much expected when Hearts of Oak were playing home away from home, and Kotoko have Babayara as more like their conventional home ground. So the pre-game scenes and everything, gave the game a lot of vibe. The Povia Tertiary stopping the Porcupine Tertiary at the gate, preventing them from entering, telling them that they should go and use the other gate. It was the same way. Had to put delayed coming to the stadium. Kotoko got to the stadium early, and then they had to be stopped for 40 minutes before the two teams had that opportunity to enter. So even during the match, the warm-up session, Kotoko moving to Hearts moving to the Kotoko corner flags during warm-ups and all that. It gave the game, that kind of feel you would want to have in a rivalry match. But in all, there were negatives and positives, and I think these games normally bring those events out.
Now, Calvin, talk to me about the game in itself. And you watched it from the stands, from a fan's perspective. What were the fans saying about the game and all of that?
Well, I think they enjoy the game. This is a better game they've watched of Asante Kotoko and Hearts of Oak in the last 10 years. Hearts of Oak started really very well on a high note, give themselves that opportunity to peg Asante Kotoko back with the 3 men that they played. So the Phobian fans were very much positive that this was going to go their way, especially when they took the lead. They really loved the tempo in which their team played. But once Kotoko got the late equalizer in the 43rd minute through Isaac Opon, their spirits went down and Kotoko took over the game in the second half. There weren't so many ragged things, kicking the ball away for too much. This time, the ball in play was much more than normally when you see players lying on the turf, fainting injury, and then kicking the ball away, referees arguing with players and a whole lot. They really loved the game, but they knew that the fine margins decided the game. Hearts of Oak fans were disappointed, but as always, Kotoko fans joyous. They are on a bounce of 4 victories consecutively in the Premier League.
Now, Kelvin, let's talk a bit about individual players now. I mean, for someone like Mukwala, who was on the end of a lot of criticism last season, he looks like he's back in his own. And then Richmond Lamptey as well. How good were these two for Kotoko?
Well, Mukwala may have gotten a break, but there are still worries about the number of chances he misses per game. Many Kotoko fans think that this was a great opportunity for them to wallop Hearts of Oak by as many goals as they could have had. And Mukwala had a number of one-on-ones when you expected him to at least hit the target, but most of them went off target. But nonetheless, they are so happy that he managed to bag in the 2 goals for them. For Richmond Lamptey, I think everyone, even the Hearts of Oak fans, admit that he should be one player who should probably be looked at in the national team, if not the Black Stars, at least the local Black Stars, the Black Galaxies should have a quick look at him. I think he really gave a lot more. The calmness on the ball, the vision he had, his tackles and interceptions as the central attacking midfielder. He was still in the box making interceptions and then making blocks, headers away, aerial duels. So it was very much an impressive outing for both of them, as well as Isaac Opon. This is a player you had a lot of. I know how you love young players who decide to spring out very early, but his career has been ravaged by injuries in the last 2 years. But it looks like he's getting his mojo back, and today he was a handful for Hartlepool, especially in the second half. After he got the goal in the first half, he really gave his all. So I think it was a very impressive one. But not to say Hartlepool will not have some impressive players. Salisu Ibrahim, until that injury, was just great. He carried the ball, making it difficult for Kotoko to get hold of it. And for Osei Sibe, many would lambast Mukwala, but I think the aggression, the confidence, the blocks, the reading of the game. He plays with Kofi Abeshima, but I think he really stole the headlines today. So these five players, I think, really gave us something good here in Kumasi.
Well, Kelvin, finally, before you go though, just paint a picture of what the two sets of fans look like when the game ended. I know that in Kumasi, it's all Asante Kotoko. The Hearts fans who came to support their team, what was it like for them, and what are they going through at the hands of the Kumasi fans there?
Well, they are teasing them, and they don't seem to be worried. They think that Hartlepool have deeper problems than what they are seeing. They think that administratively, if the team works better administratively, they think they can do better because they have trust and hope in most of their players to do well. But they think that the dilly-dallying with the team from the management and the section of the board hasn't really helped the team with the decisions that they have made in the last couple of months or last couple of years where they've been in charge of the team. But for Kotoko fans, they just celebrated, and then they just told House of Folk fans that thank you for giving us our Christmas gift. We really appreciate it. And Christmas came too early for us. That has been the song they've been singing. But the Phobians, as always, just after the third goal, I went downstairs trying to look for a couple of people to speak to even before the game ended, and then I saw some Hearts of Folk fans arguing against each other, some hustling here and there. Opari decided to come out and see what was happening, and he really had a fair share of the insults at him. So he just put his hand on his head, pat his phone back, and then he got back to the stands to continue watching the game till the end. So the Phobian fans are angry at their team. For the Kotoko fans, they are happy and joyous, and hopefully this continues for them.
Kelvin, thank you so much. Great job in Kumasi there. You heard that from Kelvin Uswansa. Just summing up what happened in Kumasi for us in that Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko game. Now, if you did not watch the game or you did not watch or you've not seen any of the highlights, just go on our Facebook page at 3 Sports GH or at 3FM 92.7 and you can watch it right there. There's a live stream of this show and the game is on your screen at the moment. Anila, you've not come in with your thoughts. What are your thoughts of this game?
Yeah, I think going into the game, I share your sentiments like you started at the top of the show concerning how many goals were scored today. If we should look at their recent form, especially with Accra Hearts of Oak, I didn't even think they had 2 goals in them in this particular game. I wasn't expecting it because I've looked at some of their games leading up to this point, and some of the goalless draws have gotten too much, even for the momentum building to finally face Asante Kotoko. At least, admittedly, both teams haven't started the season the best. But if we should look at Asante Kotoko's most recent form, they picked up. They started really slow. They had 3 consecutive losses in a row before they picked up with the wins again. And so it was quite a high for them going into this game. With Accra Hearts of Oak, it's rather unfortunate because you're playing a home game away from home. That puts your psyche a bit at a disadvantage. But I was surprised that when the game started in the first half, they showed quite some character. I think they had just psyched themselves enough to enter the game and try and own it before Kotoko ends up owning them, which is what they did eventually. But it's pretty sad. Like Bill has said, I was not at all impressed with the performance of Richmond Ayi. I think that there were some balls that he could have done way better trying to save them.
Like the third goal.
Exactly. What was that? And I think that as a goalkeeper, you let your team down to an extent because there's only so much the defense can do. You can mark the players to a certain point, but when they get past, it's now within the clear view of the goalkeeper to try and stop that. And even with saving, I think it's a dicey decision in there. Are you catching the ball? Are you punching it out? Because if you punch it out even, it's still within play and somebody can equally capitalize and then it will be like go in. And I just think that it was rather unfortunate for Accra Hearts of Oak. But that being said, I think a lot of credit should go to Asante Kotoko because against all odds, they did it again. And now they have the bragging rights. Kelvin said Christmas came early. And I don't think I could agree more with that. But I think kudos to Crowds of folk for at least opening scoring and scoring 2 goals and not just leaving it at 1. It could have been, 3-1. I don't know.
Tough times for Hearts of Oak indeed. And Bill, let's talk about Richmond Lamptey. I mean, he had a hand in almost all of the goals for Asante Kotoko today.
Yeah. I mean, since the start of the season, he's shown himself to be a controller, someone who creates a number of chances, even though he doesn't get in the end and score the goals. But you can see that every major piece of play goes to him. And it's so important for, a midfielder who aims to get to the top. If you are controlling the game, if because of you chances are being created, then there's a good thing about you. And he showed it today a lot. I mean, even during the game, even the normal passes, the way he took on the ball and the way he dished it out to his teammates, it was all impressive all around. And as Kelvin said earlier, the Black Stars, we have to look at him because, I mean, if someone like Edmond Addo is getting multiple call-ups in the team without playing a single game for his club, then someone like Richmond Lamptey, who is playing week in, week out for Asante Kotoko, deserves a shot. Because, again, you've given opportunity to some local players to actually feature in the Black Stars. Why not Richmond Lamptey, who is arguably one of the best players in the league right now? So give him the chance because he deserves it.
Most definitely there. Now, the phone lines 055-9242-717. It's 055-9242-717 and 055-6910-154. 055-6910-154 and 055-9242-717. Call us. Let's hear your thoughts on Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak in that game earlier today at the Baba Stadium. Hearts of Oak played at home in Kumasi, and it wasn't a really good one for them. They were expecting to kickstart their season properly with a win today in Kumasi, but that didn't happen because Kumasi Asante Kotoko came and they did justice to them. Asante Kotoko have now won 4 games on the bounce, and they're looking really, really up, and things are looking good for them. Now, if you're listening to us across the world, thank you so much. You can also join the feed on Facebook and watch us live on there, but you can also call us. The phone lines are open now, 055-9242-717 and 055-6910-154. 055-6910-154. So this is Sports Ultras right here on 3FM 92.7, and we're still talking Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Aniela, back to you on the fans in Kumasi. I mean, the league hasn't particularly kicked off yet properly for Hearts of Oak and Kotoko, but today attendance was impressive.
No, it was, and I think it also goes to show that never say die spirit is still very much alive, regardless of where they travel to. Because again, even yesterday on Warm Up Plus, when we were speaking with Dennis, he mentioned, I mean, we all mentioned that a lot of people didn't even know that the game was happening previously. When Accra Hearts of Oak are going to be taking on Asante Kotoko, the buzz is everywhere. Like even a week to the game, everybody's talking about it. The jabs and the rivalry, everything starts pretty early. But I think that when it came to showing up in the stadiums, the fans did show up in their numbers, and it was quite beautiful to see.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm called Director.
Director?
Calling from Adjingano.
Yeah, Director calling from Adjingano.
Yeah. Please, today, Kotoko, they have shown they are still very well. They have done very well.
Yeah.
And the Kotoko is going to be the best team this year. But Kotoko, they should see how Champion League, media and this thing, they are doing very well.
Yeah.
They should try whenever they come, Kotoko and Accra has to go. They always say yes when they come to the African League. But I thank them what they are doing now. And my best team in European is Chelsea.
Chelsea.
They should buy more players
before
the team will grow up. Without buying the players, the team cannot grow.
Okay.
Please, thank you very much.
Director, thank you so much. You heard there from Director calling us from Adringano. And he says he really enjoyed that Kumasi Asante Kotoko Hearts of Oak game and that Chelsea should buy more players. I don't know how Chelsea fans are going to feel about it, but I mean, whatever the problem is as Chelsea, I'm not sure more players will fix it. But thank you so much, Director, for giving us your thoughts. 055-9242-717 and 055-6910-154. Those are the numbers that you can call right here on Sports Ultras on 3FM 92.7. Bill, your take on spectatorship today as well. Before you come in though, let me just go on the phone lines and get another call. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm Ira, calling from Teshikam.
You are calling from Teshikam. What's the name? I didn't hear the name.
Ira.
Ira.
Yeah.
Okay. Ira Star.
Yeah.
Okay, Ira, let's go.
Oh, yesterday I was very disappointed with United.
Oh, talk about Hearts and Kotoko, okay?
Yeah, I lost today. I support Hearts of Oak.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this weekend, all your teams lost.
Yeah. Oh.
How do you feel about it?
I'm feeling bad.
You're feeling bad, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe next week something good will happen to your teams for you.
Yeah.
All right. Ira, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you also so much.
All right. So that's Ira there calling us from Teshi Camp. You can also do that 055-9242-717 and 055-6910-154. Bill.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that, over the years, not many fans come to the stadium to watch GPL matches, I think this particular game was a bit more encouraging.
Yeah.
Even though the buzz wasn't really there as it should have been, I remember making a number of posts during the week, and then someone asked me, Hearts and Kotoko, they have a match? And I was so surprised because that is also an indictment on the handlers of the league as well for not pushing it enough.
Yeah.
But seeing the fans also coming in, with the bit of a controversy even happening with Phobia Tertiary preventing Kotoko Tertiary from entering, that kind of banter and all that. I mean, it's a bit more encouraging seeing that is happening between two sets of fans of two big clubs in this league.
Right. We'll take a break here on Sports Ultras. When you're back, there's more. Please don't go away.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with your front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bets. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This
advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Most definitely the Betway says get way more. You're welcome back to Sports Ultras right here on 3FM 92.7. And in the Ghana Premier League, as I've mentioned, Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, with Kotoko winning by 3-2 in the Ghana Premier League fixture. Incredible results there for Asante Kotoko. But let me take you through some of the other Premier League scores that we encountered this weekend in the Ghana Premier League. And to take you through, Samatex beat Accra Lions by 2-0. Legon Cities beat RTU by 3-1. And then in Swatreman, we're at home. They lost to Karela by 1-0. And BBNE Gold Stars and Dreams FC is postponed because Dreams themselves had a continental assignment where they won also by 3-2. But Samatex Lions 2-0 is a really huge score there. And Nations FC also beating Adriana Stars by 2-1. And so Samatex actually played Heart of Lions. So Samatex Heart of Lions ended 2-0. And then Bechim United beat Accra Lions by 4-0. So those are the score lines there in the Ghana Premier League. Bechim United were really, really good at home, beating Accra Lions by 4-0.
Pando Heart of Lions.
Yeah.
I'm getting scared for them because now it's been 14 match weeks and they've not gotten a single win in the Ghana Premier League. They are the only team to not do so. And by the looks of it, they might go a whole season without winning a game, which will be an unprecedented record. they really have to fix things. But I mean, I think it all plays to them, because even though they did qualify to the Premier League, beating the other clubs in the Division 1 league so easily, they didn't really go into the market to get quality players that can compete in this particular setting, and they've had to rely on the number of players they relied on during the Division 1 league, and it's seemingly costing them. I mean, hopefully in January they can go into the window, get a few good players that can help them get some wins, but for now it's not encouraging at all. No wins, a few number of goals, just about 7-8 goals scored. It's really, really poor, and they have to improve, definitely.
They do. Yeah, I think my pick would have to be Nations FC Adriana Stars. That game was quite entertaining for me, and I think that for somebody like Nafiu Sulemana for Nations FC, he played quite an instrumental role, because I think he had about 2 assists in there before, ultimately getting a goal himself. And Berima Ba as well, it was pretty great. After the game, when you hear from coach of Indiana Stars, Yao Champon, he was not pleased at all. He said every time you try and ask him about Nations, he said, I don't want to talk about Nations FC. I only want to talk about my team, Indiana Stars. The second half was better, but he seemed quite displeased about some decisions that happened during the game. But I think that Nations is pretty big for them to shake the top of the table in that manner. And I think that their coach, I think that's Kasim Mingolo Kante, he was pretty satisfied with that. Towards the end of the post-match interview, he said that they are heading to the top. I think that that's a pretty big statement, but I think that
it's your statement.
Yo, please again. I think it's a pretty big statement by all standards, but also if you've managed to shake the top, obviously, and just entering the top 4 bit a little bit, it is quite feasible. So I think in the coming games they would have to be well prepared and back that talk up.
Right, most definitely. And I'm just checking our Facebook feed at the moment, and Tamimu Azwai Rantown says, good evening, Sports Ultras. I'm watching live from Adringano. The elephant has finally fallen from the tree, and City is back to winning ways. That's what Tanimu is saying from Adringano.
Tanimu, please.
Tanimu, thank you for your comments. There also, Derek Ayete says, good evening. Good evening to you as well, Derek. Thank you so much for listening and watching Sports Ultras on your Facebook feed. And we can't thank you enough. It's because of you that we do this every weekend right here on 3FM 92.7. Let's move over now. Bill, Dreams and Mediama. I know that Aniela loves to talk about Mediama, so let me give you the Dreams angle to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the whole tournament, the CAF Confederation Cup, it was the hope that Dreams would at least compete with a team like Lobito, who are also debutants in the competition, and at least get a result away from home. And they've managed to do that, and in very great fashion. Looking at the players that got involved, of course, John Entry, with that experience he's brought from all his years in Egypt and, competing in the CAF Champions League and whatnot, it's been really massive for Dreams. And getting on the score sheet is a good way to, repay them for bringing you in and then giving you the chance to compete in a competition like this. And for Abdulaziz Issa, who is, one of the young chaps in the team, their star boy, in quotes, also getting on the score sheets. Another great performance from him. Abdul Jalilu coming back from, that suspension he had in the first game and then getting an assist, also great. And overall, you have to, give credit to Abdul Karim Zito for what he's done so far. At the start of the campaign, he knew it's going to be difficult. He knew it was his first time going into this as a coach, but he was always, having that belief that he can compete with these teams. And so far, he's doing it so well. But there's still a long way to go, because 3 teams now in the same group have 6 points each. And so now it comes down to who is going to win the home matches. Yeah. Teams have to win all their home matches because they've set themselves up in a very good way by winning an away game. So they should win all the home matches, and they'll be assured of, making the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederation Cup.
How huge would that be, though, if they made the quarterfinals?
Very, very, very huge. For a debutant going all the way to that particular point, I mean, we've not had a Ghanaian team even participating in the group stages of the CAF Confederation Cup since Kotoko in 2019, and even before that, it was a bit longer time. And then getting into the quarter-final stage is something that hasn't happened with the Ghanaian team for quite a long time, and it all goes a long way to boost Ghana's position in the CAF 5-year ranking, where at some point in the early 2000s, Ghana were in the top 12. Now we are about 23rd, 24th, which isn't good. And so if a team like Dreams, a team like Mediama all advance to the quarterfinal, it adds up to Ghana's positioning when it comes to CAF 5-year ranking, which is helpful for Ghana football as a whole.
Right.
I mean, hopefully Dreams can do that. It's looking good so far.
Most definitely. Anela,
Yeah, every time I try to stay positive about Mediama, they give me a reason not to, and I can only hear Oreku's voice creeping into my head, and I just want to shut it completely out. Yeah, I think that for Mediama, having the home advantage, I think there was more that was expected from them, because if we should look at their performance so far, this was round 3. Fine, you start the competition, group stages, you're losing to Al Ali. Fine, fair enough. I don't think most people even gave them a chance against Al Ali. I gave them a chance, but obviously I'm always favoring the underdog. Then you come down to Belouizdad and you manage to get a 2-1, victory over there, and then you're amassing some points. So when you're taking on young Africans, I get the fact that they are Tanzanian giants, they are great in their own right, but I think that for the home advantage, Mediama should have tried a bit harder to pick up a victory in there, because that would have completely, shaken things up on the table, and then they would look like very, very, very strong contenders. I would say that in the game itself, opening minutes, you can see that Mediama were trying very hard to get a goal in, try and get a few early goals in there and make it happen, but it didn't really work. It wasn't until, I think, in the 26th minute that, Jonathan Soa managed to convert that penalty. I think his marksmanship was great. We'll give him credit for that. But I think it's in that same first half that it appeared that the Mediama defenders had gone to sleep and giving Tanzanian, the guys, I think it's Zua, giving him an opportunity to get a goal in there as well. And it was rather unfortunate that even after the break, coming back in, the life, I did not feel the life from Mediama. It just seemed as though things were appearing a little dull, and I would have liked to see a lot more. There's still some more to go, but honestly, I think that the momentum is dwindling a bit, because that was a clear chance for Mediama to just pick that up and run with it.
Yeah, and then they failed to pick that up. But I mean, all is not lost yet. Dreams have picked up an away win. They look like they can also pick up an away win, and
they can.
And hopefully they are able to do that to get their campaign back on track. But Mediama SC there drawing 1-1 with Yanga, and Dreams winning by 3-2. Incredible performance there from Dreams FC. And Bill, I mean, when you look at these two teams, have you been satisfied with the performance that they've shown? I mean, irrespective of the results, has the football been good?
Mediama's first game, for the first 60 minutes, it looked good, but they broke down completely afterwards. And that made me question the concentration levels they had as a team, because in a competition like this, if you go off for a single minute, you'll be punished. And all the teams that are competing in it are no pushovers. There's reasons why they are all in it.
Right.
And so what I would question with especially Mediama is the concentration levels when it comes to defending. And they've shown that. I mean, even against Yanga, when they scored first, defensively they broke down and they allowed Yanga to equalize. And so it is something that they have to work on, especially. But again, I mean, looking at the kind of defenders they had last season, they had Vincent Atinga, who not just was a defender, was a goal scorer as well, and he's gone. And so replacing him is difficult. But again, they really have to work on that. And I do remember, I mean, after the Yanga game, surprisingly, people went after Jonathan Soa a lot, because they felt like even after the goal, his performances were not up to speed. And so I think it's also something to him that he has to work on his game a bit more, because he's so important to the team. I mean, he's someone who is recently been getting calls to the Black Stars, and so they will definitely be looking up to him to lead the charge when it comes to Mediama going further in the tournament. For Dreams FC, of course, I mean, in the first game, it was a bit more of nerves. I mean, going away from home, but it seems now they are a bit settled. They now have a bit more confidence. But they should also, work harder defensively, because, I mean, if you concede more goals, it's going to go against you, especially in the tournaments like this.
Right, most definitely. You heard that from Billy Shen in there. Now, my producer Prosper, if you're there, can you just give us the CAF awards, the slides on our screen at the moment? Let's just check out who should win what and all of that. But so on your screen now, I mean, if you're not watching on Facebook and you're listening to us, I'm just going to run you through it. The CAF Awards 2023 Young Player of the Year, men, Abdul Samad Ezalzouli of Morocco, and then Lamine Camara of Senegal, and Amara Diop also of Senegal. Aniela? It's not tough like that.
It's quite. It's quite.
Also for women, Young Player of the Year, Comfort Yeboah and Pimdakwa Ladies, Ghana, Nesreen El Chad of Morocco, and then Deborah Abiodun, also from Nigeria. That's Young Player of the Year, women.
My bias is jumping out so strong.
Oh, we are all rooting for Comfort.
We want Comfort.
Yeah, Comfort. Connie, see Connie, do it for us. See Connie for Young Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year men as Abdelak Benchika, and then Walid Wagragui and Aliou Cisse. And
easily Walid.
Easily?
Must be.
Easily?
Okay, no,
Aliou Cisse won the AFCON last year.
He did. It's not as
But
easy.
Yeah, it's not that
Okay,
as
true,
easy.
but
Yeah.
But I mean the kind of historic achievement for Walid and Morocco in the World Cup.
It was historic for Senegal as well. It was the first ever title.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So
I mean,
it's not that it's not that, you know, it's not that much of a stretch.
Yeah, it's not a stretch.
I think it's really close between these two guys.
But I think they'll give it to Walid.
It may go to Walid, but I think that Aliou has done.
Aliou has also done great things.
I think
he's also been incredible.
And he needs to be awarded for how good he's been.
True.
Producer, can we have the next slide if there's another? So Coach of the Year, Walid Wagragui, incredible performance there. Now goalkeeper of the year, men. Goalkeeper of the year, men. Goalkeeper of the year, men. Andre Onana of Cameroon, and then Mohamed El Shenawi of Egypt, and Yassine Bono of Morocco. Those are the nominees for goalkeeper of the year.
I want controversy, so let's give it to Downball.
Oh no! How?
Bono makes me quite happy. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, Bono is good. Bono is good.
I mean, if I was supposed to vote, it would be between Bono and El Shenawi.
Yeah, Shenawi is also great.
But ultimately,
but ultimately, I think that. No, I mean, like you see, Bono was good at the World Cup.
I think that's where he came into a lot of people's.
No, Bono actually, because he also won the Europa League, right?
Yeah. Sevilla,
Let him take it.
Sevilla.
Yeah. Player of the Year, men. Can we just go back? Player of the Year, men. Okay, great. Player of the Year for men in the CAF Awards. The nominees are Mohamed Salah of Egypt, there's Victor Osimhen of Nigeria, and Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco.
Victor. Must be Victor. But Hakimi has a good shout. That's the thing. Hakimi has a great shout.
I don't think Hakimi deserves this.
But Osimhen.
Should be Osimhen. Should be Osimhen. Just for look, Napoli hadn't won in 33 years.
Yeah.
His goals literally bolstered them to the title.
He did something very different.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so different. And I mean, this is the time for Victor Osimhen. If he doesn't win it this time, I can't think of a year when he would be able to win it.
Yeah. The recognition is now. The time is now.
Yeah, exactly. And he should be able to win.
So no Salah shouts.
Oh,
I mean, Salah has been really good within last season. Just yesterday
he scored his 200th.
Yeah, and then 100. He's passed 150 Premier League goals actually.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually entered the top 10 scorers in the Premier League, and it's incredible to have someone like Mohamed Salah in there. So I mean, Player of the Year, man, Mohamed Salah, Victor Osimhen. As for Hakimi, I don't think I'm not convinced at all that there's much of a shout for him. But Victor Osimhen, Mohamed Salah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm rooting for Victor Osimhen to pick up that prize. Let's move on now to the others. If we have any national team of the year, there's Morocco, Senegal, and then the Gambia in there.
Yeah, Gambia underdogs, but they have good reason to be there.
I mean, if I am to vote, I always love an underdog story. So I would vote for the Gambia.
Yeah, they have a very good story.
Yeah, for Senegal, they won the AFCON. They deserve to be there. For Morocco, how good they were at the World Cup gives them an opportunity to be there.
Exactly.
But I think if you are Gambia and you've been able to make back-to-back AFCONs, it is huge. And to make your first ever appearance in 2022 and back it up again, so that people don't say it's a fluke.
Yeah, it's not.
And
It's not.
the next tournament you are back in, and just for the way they did it on the very last day, picked up the points and then qualified. It's incredibly huge for a country like Gambia. And so yeah, I mean, if I was voting, I would have voted for the Gambia as national team.
Structurally, it looks like it's working.
Yeah.
At least they seem like they have a plan.
Yeah,
Others, I
exactly.
don't know.
Yeah. We don't.
I don't know. I said others. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know because and you see, it is showing because if it wasn't for Comfort Yeboah,
Who would be there?
Exactly.
Who would be there?
yeah, exactly. Producer, let's go. Now, can we take the next? Coach of the Year, women. There's Reynald Pedros of Morocco, Desiree Ellis of South Africa, and Jerry Chabalala, also of South Africa.
So Mamelodi Sundowns.
Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa.
Yeah. Mamelodi Sundowns. Good shouts too.
Sundowns.
I think Sundowns in the CAF competitions.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
They've been brilliant. Right.
I think I'll take him.
Jerry Chabalala there of South Africa.
He's smiling like a winner already.
But I mean, the South Africans really love Desiree Ellis, and so also for them. And National Team of the Year, women, Morocco, Nigeria, South Africa. I'm going for South Africa for this one. Yeah. I'm going for South Africa. The Banyana have been really, really good in women's football in the last 1 year. And do we have another? Before we get into some more right here on the Sports Ultras. Okay, Interclub Player of the Year, women, Refiwe Thulakele of Botswana, and then Fatima Tagnagui, also of Morocco, and Lebohang Ramalepe of South Africa. These are the Interclub Player of the Year nominees for the women.
Yeah, it looks like two Sundowns ladies.
I mean, and they deserve to be there, actually, because I mean, these two have been really, really good. And so we'll see who the award goes to. But let's take some more. Club of the Year, there's AS FAR of Morocco. That's Club of the Year for women. There's AS FAR for Morocco, Sporting Casablanca, also of Morocco, and then Mamelodi Sundowns. Aniela.
Mamelodi Sundowns. That's who I'm going to go with. Even though the first slide, we didn't really choose.
Yeah, which one?
The very first.
The very first slide. Yeah. But also, Club of the Year for men, Al Ahly Football Club, Wydad Athletic, and the Mamelodi Sundowns.
Again,
Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean,
again.
you want the North Africans to fight with you.
Oh, let them fight.
The figure say awards is about beating Dreams 3-0. I say Dreams, Midiama 3-0. Then we'll see something.
So it's not Ali for you? No,
it's not Ali for me. So I'll go with Bill.
You go with Bill. Mamelodi Sundowns.
Because again.
So Sundowns will win the Club of the Year men, Club of the Year women.
They should win both.
I don't
They should win both. They should win both.
Right. We'll see how that goes. But we'll take a break here on Sports Ultras. When we come back, there's more. Please don't go away.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with your front two, with free play Friday and swipe bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with cash out and build a bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have smart picks and the partial daily jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Right, so you're back. This still, I was going to say warm up. This still Sports Ultras right here on 3FM 92.7. If you're listening to us, thank you so much for doing that. You can join us on Facebook on 3FM 92.7. We're streaming live there. We're bringing you pictures also from different competitions that we are talking about in here at the moment. Now, it's time for the panel quiz. And Aniela and Bill, this is the quiz question for today.
I'm not even gonna try.
Panel quiz. Now, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 answers. 9 answers So there's an elite list of players who have won the UEFA Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, and then the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, okay.
An elite list of players who have won the UEFA Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, and then the FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
There are 9 names on this list.
Okay.
And
Messi.
Lionel Messi, yes. 1. Bill.
Ronaldinho.
1-1. Yes.
This is where I hang my boots.
Oh, you can try. There are a few Brazilians in there.
Yeah, can try it.
There are a few Brazilians in there.
Let me go.
No, wait. Okay. Like, but you mentioned the
Bill.
Kaka.
Kaka. Yes. Bill, 2-1. Yes, Aniela. I'm giving you a chance to catch up. I mean, there's still a Brazilian in there.
Can you just give me a clue?
No, there's still a Brazilian.
What does his name begin with?
There's still a Brazilian in there. Left foot. Great left foot.
Okay,
Brazilian.
I have a hint. Romario?
No, not Romario.
No, Romario.
Romario didn't have a great left foot. Rivaldo.
Thank you.
Rivaldo. 3-1.
Thank you.
3-1. Bill. 3-1. Let's go. So, Aniela, back to you. So you've mentioned.
It appears none of the people I support have done anything
Messi,
great.
Kaka, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo. This guy has also done it. This guy.
And what's the clue?
I mean, if I give you the clue, Bill will win it. So
that you skew it a little bit.
I should skew the clue.
Yes.
Played for Juventus.
I have a hint.
No, but the one I was thinking about,
I have a hint. Let's go.
Let's
What are you thinking about?
Let's go.
No, mention his name. Mention the name.
Come on, give it to me.
No, wait, relax. Mention the
He
name.
definitely didn't win it. It's not him.
Masa, give
Also
it to me.
mention
What
it.
position did he play?
Midfielder.
Charlie, come on. I
Mention
know
it.
the person.
Oh,
Give it to me.
Pello.
Not Pello. Are you
My
serious?
God.
They Pello in Ballon d'Or. Yes, Bill. Zidane.
Thank
4-1.
Oh, yeah, that was your clue.
Yes, my clue.
That was your clue.
Yes.
You could not even give me a headbutt. That was your clue.
That was
If
a
I'm
You are off the warm-up set.
No, I'm saying that if I give you a clue that is
I
like,
could have said that.
you see, so Juventus
The
midfielder. you
Juventus, I got it.
Yeah.
When I heard
You could
Juventus,
have
I
said
got
bald
it.
head.
Okay, if I say bald head, it's easy.
Yes.
Why
it's
do you
easy.
want easy clues?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, anyway, you guys have mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names on the list. So 4-1.
Yes.
We are left with four more names. 4 more names. We are left with 4 more names. 4 more names. Let's go. There are 2 Germans on the list. 2. Okay, so let me give you the clues. 2 Germans, 1 Italian, 1 Englishman.
I know the Italian. Fabio Cannavaro.
No, that's
Not him?
That's not him. That's not him.
Wait.
That's not him. Cannavaro didn't win the Champions League.
Schweinsteiger, he didn't do anything.
There's 1 Italian, 1 German. No, 2 Germans.
Yeah, 2 Germans.
And 1 Englishman.
An Englishman.
Yes, an Englishman.
Sir Bobby.
Sir Bobby Charlton.
You should have said that.
Sir Bobby Charlton. That's Bill. That's 5 answers for
Yeah,
Bill.
thank
1
you.
I'm not
answer
even
for
going to try.
Aniela.
That's why I said Messi first.
No, I mean, okay. So Aniela, let me give you clues for this one. He is considered. He's a German. Considered one of the greatest centre backs ever in football
By who?
by a lot of
Perhaps not my
sports
age mate.
pundits.
I remember his nickname.
Yeah, by a lot of sports
Is he an
pundits.
old guy?
Old guy.
So old.
Oh, so old. His
I
name.
remember his nickname.
Name is incredibly good.
I remember his
Really good
nickname.
name.
But I'm trying to remember the actual name. I know the nickname. I think I know the nickname.
There are 3 more names on the list.
Yeah, I think I know the nickname.
Two.
The nickname was a very nice
What does
one.
it start with?
It starts with a B.
The nickname.
No, then the actual name. His surname starts with a B. B for ball.
Me for Batista.
Yeah. Okay. Still 5-1. His name is Franz Beckenbauer.
Yes.
Franz
Yes.
Beckenbauer.
They call him the Kaiser.
Yes.
Yes. That's the nickname I
Franz
remember.
Beckenbauer.
The Kaiser.
Okay. Now, Aniela, there are 2 more names on the list, but the Italian name, the 2 of you won't get it. So I'll
Are
not
you
even.
sure?
No, the 2 of you won't get it. So I'll not even bother.
That means that hard.
But Aniela,
No, but at least you can give it. You can.
Adela,
can
I'll come to you on the last one. This guy scored so many goals, right? He scored so many goals. He's German, scored so many goals. His name is the same name as a German guy who plays for Bayern Munich now.
Oh, I know who you are talking about.
So behind me,
Yes.
I know who you are talking about. I wasn't sure, but since you give me the hints there, now I'm sure.
I'm just completely
I'm
blank
very sure
here.
now.
Nice of you guys to always avoid
Oh, his
Arsenal in
name
the
is
quizzes.
it's an M.
M?
Yes.
Oh,
He plays for Bayern now.
Charlie, give it to me.
I don't know if that guy plays for. Is it an MU?
Yes.
Musiala?
No.
Wait.
Are you serious?
MU what?
Muller. Get Muller. Get Muller. MU, you are saying Musiala. Have you heard Musiala in world football before? Winning. So, Bill, you got six, right?
Yeah, six. Yeah.
Six answers. And you're like one answer in Lionel Messi.
Which
The
was easy.
last name, who's the Italian, is Paolo Rossi. And that's what I'm saying. I don't.
But that's the name that if you had said R, you don't think would have guessed it.
You,
I know the
I give
name,
you
but
MU. I give you MU. You're saying Musiala.
If you had said MUL.
But you will still say Musiala because there's still.
But if you had given a hint that he's a top scorer of one of the World Cups, I would have gotten it.
Oh, but I mean, it would have been
given a
tough. So
I would have gotten it.
So an elite list of players who have won all three. That's the Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, and then the FIFA World Cup. Sir Bobby Charlton won the FIFA World Cup in 1966, won the Ballon d'Or in that same year in 1966, and then he won the UEFA Champions League, which was then the European Cup in 1968. He was the first ever captain. I don't know if he captained that team, but he was the first ever, or his team, that's Manchester United, was the first ever English side to win the European Cup. Now, Gerd Müller also won the FIFA World Cup in 1974 against the very good Netherlands team of Johan Cruyff, if you remember.
Yeah.
And he won the Ballon d'Or in 1970. And then he won the European Cup back to back. He won it in 74, 75, and 76.
France,
and those were the times when he played, that Bayern Munich team played against Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid missed out on all the chances.
He revolutionized the defensive position.
Thank you.
Yes, I remember.
Now, Franz Beckenbauer won the World Cup in 1974 with Gerd Müller, and he won the Ballon d'Or in 1972. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1972 and 1976.
Okay.
And then the European Cup in 1974, 75, and 76. So his achievements actually match up a bit with Gerd Müller's because they both played for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Now, Paolo Rossi won the FIFA World Cup in 1982.
He was top scorer.
And then he won the Ballon d'Or in 1982 as well. And then the Champions League in 1985. Zinedine Zidane won the FIFA World Cup in 1998 and then won the Ballon d'Or that same year in 1998. And then he won the Champions League in 2002. His goal won Real Madrid the Champions League in 2002. That game was against Bayer Leverkusen at the name of the park in Scotland. I've forgotten the name, but
It was in Glasgow, eh?
Yeah, it was in Glasgow. Yeah, I've forgotten the name of the park, but
I remember the assist.
Exactly.
Roberto Carlos.
Now, Rivaldo won the FIFA World Cup in 2002, won the Ballon d'Or in 2005. That was a year that but he won the Ballon d'Or in 2005, and then the Champions League. Wait, hold on.
No, the 2005.
Rivaldo. Oh, so Rivaldo. Yeah, I'm sorry. Rivaldo won the FIFA World Cup in 2002.
Yes.
He won the Ballon d'Or in 1999. Yes. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1999. And then he won the Champions League in 2003. In that Champions League that was played at Old Trafford between Juventus and AC Milan. And Now, Ronaldinho won the FIFA World Cup in 2002, won the Ballon d'Or in 2005, and then won the UEFA Champions League in 2006 against the mighty Arsenal. Now, Kaká also won the FIFA World Cup in 2002.
Why would I mention his name then?
Kaká won the FIFA World Cup in 2002. He won the Ballon d'Or in 2005 and then the Champions League in 2007. Kaká, I'm sorry, let me go back. I keep reading Ronaldinho's stats, yes. Kaká, World Cup in 2002, Ballon d'Or in 2007, and then the FIFA, and then the Champions League also in 2007. They beat Liverpool to win that. Lionel Messi, FIFA World Cup 2022, Ballon d'Or 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2019, 2021. The Champions League 2006, 2009, 2011, and 2015. That's it for Lionel Messi in there. And amongst all these Champions Leagues that he won, he beat 2 English clubs. So Man United twice, and then Arsenal once in 2006. And then in 2015 as well, he won against Juventus when Paul Pogba was still a Juventus player
God.
at the time. Yes, so that has been our quiz today. Aniela, up your game. Okay.
I will not be upping my game.
Up your game.
Bring some Arsenal.
How can
players.
I give you?
Bring some
MU?
Arsenal.
How can I give
Obviously,
you
what will be in my head is
MU?
Musiala.
How would it be Musiala?
How would it not be Musiala?
Thomas Muller has been at Bayern Munich all your life.
What would be in
Thomas
my
Muller
head
has
is
been at Bayern
Musiala.
Munich all your
As soon as
life.
you said M and you said Bayern Munich, I'm just like, Musiala.
Musiala no bad bay.
Which is why I don't remember him.
Musiala no bad bay.
About Musiala, Charlie.
Anyway, we're done with our panel quiz. Let's head down to the Premier League and let's start off today. I want to start today with West Ham United. I wonder what happened to West Ham today. Fulham beat them by 5-0. 5-0.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Bill,
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was very shocked. I mean, because West Ham seemingly, even if they lose matches this season, they usually battle hard with the other teams. Whether Kudu scores, Bowen scores, and all that. And they usually put up a fight. But against Fulham today, it felt totally off from the start to finish. Fulham just decimated them all around. And so it was really, really shocking. I think Moyes will be definitely on the chopping block. Fans will come at him very, very hard. But it's still, a bit early in the season because there's still a long way to go. West Ham aren't really in the relegation battle. And so there's still, time to bounce back from it. But definitely one of the most surprising scorelines I've seen so far in this Premier League this season, with Fulham giving, 5 goals against West Ham. Really, really surprising.
Well, and so Fulham beating West Ham there by 5-0. But Chelsea and Everton also ending in favour of Everton by 2 goals.
Not surprising.
Now Everton, regardless of that 10-point ban, or 10-point deduction, they're back to winning ways and they're out of the relegation zone. Daniela, these are the stories you love. That's why I want you to talk about this.
No, it is, but then it just really has me wondering what on earth is going on with Chelsea. They just seem to have, quit before it has even started, and it's quite troubling to watch, to say the least. But I think that Everton found their momentum and completely rode on it, and so that was a very, very, very well-deserved win for them. They pick up all the 3 points, and I'd say it's deserved.
Yesterday, Unai Emery, talk to me. Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Aston Villa played a very good game.
It's like your voice has lowered.
It has, because I'm weak. I'm a little weak, yeah. They played a very good game, and you could see that they were stopping Arsenal at every turn. But that being said, Arsenal on the day were quite poor. You look at the likes of Gabriel Jesus, some of the opportunities that he got, it just appeared as though he'd forgotten what the first touch is. Quite weak. Odegaard himself, a captain that's been getting on the score sheets more often than not, he had a clear chance at goal, and it was very reminiscent of that. Was it
Tangi?
Yes, that was what he reminded me of. Exactly him. Because I'm just like, what was that? What on earth was going on in his mind? And there are times, Raya, I thought I was really comfortable with him in the post, but I'm not.
Really?
I'm not
So yesterday's goal was his fault.
I would not blame him completely, but there were some times that he looked quite shaky. But on the Aston Villa end of things, I think that Leon Bailey is a man that's doing a lot for the side. I mean, their game, even before Arsenal, he was doing quite a lot. I was even found on Twitter saying, thank you, Villa. Little did I know that this is how it would end for the Gunners. But Leon Bailey did quite a good job. McGinn as well, he got the goal in for Aston Villa. And I think it was quite a pretty good goal as well. I don't think that the Arsenal defenders did a pretty good job of marking them in the first place, because I think Declan appeared to have marked McGinn, and I don't know what happened in there. It's just as though he let him go. And if you put Aston Villa players in such a position, they are pretty lethal, and they would punish you for that. And I think that we're punished. When it got into, towards the end of the game, because Declan Rice had given us hope in the Luton game, scoring a 97-minute winner, I think a lot of Arsenal fans were banking on a last-minute goal to at least pick up a point and, hopefully try and retain things at the top end. I don't know, be tied on points with Liverpool, but that was completely not to be. And Havertz, we saw that. I don't think that the decision was a wrong call, because that handball, the goal being disallowed, it did look quite messy. And Nketiah coming on for what?
But he's your boy.
He was, but in recent times, what has he done? And if he had done something yesterday, maybe he will still be my boy today. But for now, there's a boy ban on Nketiah. Because if he's coming on as a substitute, I expect him to come on with some, refreshed energy. And Reece Nelson too came on as a sub. Nelson this season, I haven't really seen him A lot.
Because
And
there's Saka.
Yeah, and he didn't do. And Saka himself, what did he do? What did he do?
Hey, you're bashing your
No, you
players.
fall. That's why you pick up. I said, get up.
Get up and do what?
Get up and do something.
Do what?
Something in the very least. Try and wake up. And Arteta was just looking like a cage bird. Just locked up. Could not do anything. Just looked so sad. And now your darling boy Havertz, what is he doing?
But I thought you see that this
Stand at attention. Put your hands behind your back and try.
These are the things that I don't understand when you lose, because you were just hyping Havertz on Wednesday. So,
This now makes you quite bipolar. It does. Long-term effects. Long-term side effects of being an Arsenal fan.
Anyway.
But I wish Oreko and Thierry were here.
Anyway,
Because they also went down the drain.
yeah, we'll talk about Chelsea. We're not there yet. We'll talk about Chelsea. But Emmanuel Andam has joined us in the studio. And just before you come in, though, Bill, talk to me about Man City. Today they went down. They've been able to come back 2-1. You know, they're back on track a
bit shaky, but Luton Town, that ground they have is a very tough ground. They are fond of scoring goals in that ground and giving any team that come over there a very, very tough time. But of course, City were under a lot of pressure. Failing to win any of their last 4 games and all that. And it looked like Pep was under a lot of pressure to get a victory, and was without Haaland, who is, their top goal scorer and all that. But overall, they needed the win so much to, get a bit of that pressure off them, and to do it against, a team that is very strong at home, who gives any team that comes there a very, very tough endeavor, is, something that, of course, Pep would have wanted, and he's gotten that. And so, he's also maintained a record of at least not waiting till 5 games in a row to get a victory. So, it's something he can build on from. And now he can compete against Liverpool and Arsenal for the title all over again. But anyways, he's always been the kind of manager who will still compete. But that has taken off that bit of pressure off him. I think the next few games will probably be a start of a very good run for Pep Guardiola and his team.
Now, what do you make of Rodri, though? Let me come to Anela on this one. Rodri, anytime he's not in that team, they struggle. Today, he came into the lineup, they managed to win.
I think that for him, every time he plays, there's a bit of a shift in the momentum, in the very least, because with City, off the back of a couple of recent games, they haven't really done so well. You hear Pep and he's still trying to, play a few mind games in there. But I think that everybody is really waiting on De Bruyne. Let him come back in. And but the thing about City is that once they pick up their form in the new year, you can't stop them again. And that is exactly what's going to keep happening if Arsenal do not wake up and do something about it. But Rodri in himself, he's a game changer, and I think that every time he plays, it shows.
Well, that's it there on Rodri and Manchester City. Now, Andam, welcome to the show. How are you feeling? Please speak up, bro. Speak up, bro. What's happening to you, man? Andam, talk to me about Manchester United. 3-0 at Old Trafford.
He sounds like Rashford.
What? Yeah, he looks like Rashford, actually.
Yeah, you look like
he has a rashy look.
Yeah, he has a nose.
Yeah.
And talk to me about Man United.
Like our team, I don't know what to make of them because I personally didn't watch the game, but I tuned in for the highlights and I was like, wow.
That's all you can say. Wow.
This is surely going to mount the pressure on Ten Hag if there isn't already pressure on him. But then you just seem to wonder where the United go from here. And that's the question I've been asking them all season. Is it like Ten Hag isn't good enough, or is it that Manchester United, the players aren't good enough at the club? I think you yourself, know that the assessment of United this season hasn't been good enough. So if Bournemouth can just come to Manchester United, Old Trafford especially, to come away with the victory, then it tells you that United's problems are really, really, really mountain.
Anyway, Liverpool also.
No, but on United.
Yeah, on United. Let's go.
It's pretty bad, admittedly. But this is Old Trafford.
It's a coaching issue. I've told you people time and again.
It's Old Trafford.
No, you see,
it's Old Trafford.
That's the thing. I've told you guys time and again.
So is it like Ten Hag is not good enough?
Yes.
The errors come to an end. The era no start.
Look, I'm telling you that it is a coaching
And
problem.
I don't know. Bruno
he's
doesn't.
not good.
Bruno,
Look,
Bruno doesn't even look excited anymore.
Look, he's also part of the problem.
Oh, he's part.
Bruno
Yes,
Bruno
he's
Fernandes
part.
is part of the problem.
He's running away from Liverpool game.
That's the
How?
thing. Look, you can go back and watch Eric Ten Hag's videos in his last season at Ajax and how opposing teams were just running through his midfield like they do at United. And it is a consistent thing that has been happening.
And so parking the bus seems to be an issue for him.
So it is a coaching problem. And every time you mention it, United fans don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But it is the facts, it's reality that the guy is just not up to it. You can say anything about the structure at United, whatever, but he's making fundamental mistakes on the pitch. And that's where the problem is.
And that's true.
You understand? And I don't know how anyone would watch United and say that whatever is happening at United is beyond the coach.
Well,
but
it wouldn't. But on Liverpool.
But no, wait. The thing is that the thing is that look at United's next fixtures.
Sweet Bayern.
United will play Bayern on Tuesday.
Liverpool on Sunday. I think.
Liverpool on Sunday. West Ham on the 23rd.
Wow.
Aston Villa on Boxing Day.
That would be a nice one.
Yes. So there's a potential that United will lose 5 games on the bounce. And
at least one win
I'm saying
I'm
saying there's a potential. Look, last season United could not win at West Ham. And you're going to play at the Olympic Stadium this time around. Aston Villa at Old Trafford. Aston Villa have won at Old Trafford in the last 2 years. They are not going to come to Old Trafford and feel like they can't win. And this is Unai Emery who won a Europa League final against Manchester United. He's not scared of United.
He wasn't scared of City.
That Liverpool game, every United fan knows is a loss. They know.
Yeah.
No matter who they are, no matter how strong they are behind the coach, they know that game is a loss.
Even the Bayern one.
The Bayern one, after Bayern losing 5-1 over the weekend, you think they will come to Old Trafford and relax?
Did you see Kane's post?
Oh,
he's ready.
I'm telling you. See, so if you're a United fan, find joy in other things this Christmas. Find joy in other things this Christmas because it's not going to be easy for Manchester United. Let's talk about Liverpool though. Liverpool winning 2-1 and now they're on top of the table.
And I think that it's deserved. Honestly, with the Crystal Palace game, when they got the penalty in and managed to pull through with a goal, I was thinking that the game could end in a draw. But I think that Salah changed the tempo a bit because despite scoring his 200th and being on a rise, I think he's the same person that assisted Elliott's goal eventually. So I think that Liverpool in there, they did deserve it. Yeah, when I was doing my story for news, I was finding it very difficult to believe that Arsenal would not win or find something in there. So I wanted to take out the Liverpool go top of the table. But after all was said and done, it was clear that that's where they were going to stay. But I think that they are not exactly in a comfortable spot because if we look at the top 3, it's 37, 36, 35. At any point in time, the scales may just tip. But Jurgen Klopp has a way of doing things. I don't know if they have enough quality currently to be able to go all the way and win the league. But I think that they would be strong contenders.
Well, I think they have enough quality
they do.
to go. Yeah,
they do.
I don't want to believe it.
Considering even at the start of the season where there was a lot of talk about midfield issue and they needed to replace midfielders, Keita had left, Henderson had left, Fabinho had left, and then they bring in Szoboszlai, they bring in McAllister, and you can see the immediate impact both of them are having in the team. Elliott has also come back. I mean, he had a long-term injury, but he's back and he's playing good football. And so Klopp has found a way to make this team work, which was different from last season where they struggled a bit. And so now they are challenging and they look like they are going to keep challenging till the end of the season. You can't put it past them to go all the way to win if everything, goes according to plan. But of course, there's City, there's Arsenal. But I mean, Liverpool, everybody should watch out for them because this season, with the players they have, with what they are doing, they are definitely contenders for the league.
And talk to me about Liverpool.
I agree with what Bill is saying to a certain extent because when you look at the quality Manchester City have, the depth they have, they are using it to compete. But then I feel like Liverpool are lacking in terms of depth. When you look at the bench they have, it's not as strong as that of Manchester City. And even Arsenal is a bit lacking. But then I think Klopp has done a good job turning this season around for them. Last season wasn't a good one. I mean, Europa League, football and everything. But they look like they're doing something good. Klopp is getting the best out of his players as of now. So if their form can continue, yes, like those said, they can really cause a problem this season for other teams in the top six.
Right, now there's a big game that's going to happen tonight. Barcelona taking on Girona. And Barcelona 4th, 34 points. Girona 2nd, 38 points. If they win, they go top of the table. And let me start with you. What do you make of Girona this season? And is the Barcelona game a game they can win?
On a normal day, Girona should not even think of winning Barcelona, at the Camp Nou, or even if it's away. But then I spoke to producer Prosper. He said they've been playing good football, and for them to be top of the league, it's quite a testament to the season they're having. But I just feel like Barcelona can get a victory in this particular game. The fact that they have better players over Girona. They are the surprise package of the season for La Liga. And I wouldn't have a prediction for this game. I just want Barcelona to win because I'm a Barcelona fan. But then even Barcelona's season has been quite wishy-washy. Today they're winning, tomorrow they're getting draws. They're not quite the concrete team that Xavi would want. But then, kudos to Girona. They've been playing good football this season too. So, yeah.
Right, we'll see how that goes for the two sides. Yesterday, Real Madrid winning and Jude Bellingham back on the score sheet again. I mean, what a guy. Picking up the goals for Real Madrid as and when they need them. It's incredible the work he's doing. They actually didn't win. They drew 1-1 against Betis.
Are you sure he's 20 years?
I'm sure. I don't know. That's what he's saying. What can we say?
Go and ask him that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll say it back to you.
He's 20. So Real Madrid drawing 1-1 with Real Betis. It's a game that was so tough. Jude Bellingham scoring the 53rd minute of the game, and then 66th minute, Real Betis equalizing through Ribal in there. Let's move on now, and let's take a break, actually. When we are back, there's more. Please stay with us.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with your front two, with free play Friday and swipe bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with cash out and build a bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have smart picks and the partial daily jackpot.
You always get way more with Betway.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Betway says get way more. And that's what's happening at the moment. Now, thank you to Betway there for sponsoring the show, and thank you so much for all that you're doing for Sports Ultras and all the shows across the Media Journal channels right here. My name is Yalfu Sulabi. Let's talk a bit about the UEFA Champions League before we go. FC Copenhagen will take on Galatasaray on Tuesday. Manchester United, Bayern Munich also on Tuesday. Lens will face Sevilla, and Arsenal will take on PSV Eindhoven. Then Napoli will face Braga. Real Madrid will take on Union Berlin. And then there's also Inter who will face Sociedad, and Salzburg will take on Benfica. Bill, what's your pick of the week in the Champions League?
United versus Bayern. We will be there. A lovely match. But, I mean, Bayern Munich went through a very heavy thrashing during the weekend, 5-1. And Manchester United, of course, lost to Bournemouth. Manchester United at risk of even finishing as fourth in their group. Whilst Bayern Munich, of course, I mean, they are topping the group, but of course would want to get a win after that loss they had during the weekend. And so it's going to be a very enticing one, especially at Old Trafford. I'm expecting a number of goals from both sides. As to who will win, I think Bayern might edge it out, but of course, Ten Hag can pull up a surprise and then bring back the defeat.
He can't pull any surprise. He can't pull any surprise.
They won't defeat.
He can't pull any surprise.
You trust him when you're
Emmanuel Landam, what is your pick of the week in the Champions League?
I'm going with Sociedad and Inter.
Yeah.
Because two teams could go top of the league, the table in Group D. Inter have it to a point to make. But I look at it and I'm thinking about Emmanuel Aguazu's progress with Sociedad. A couple of seasons ago, they wouldn't have thought of playing in the Champions League. But then, since 2019, the journey has been gradual. They've been building upon it season after season. They qualified for Europe in the Europa League. So now they're playing in the Champions League. Hopefully, they can make it to the knockout stage with a win over Inter. So that's the game I'm looking at.
Almost definitely there. And Inter against We also say that is the game that Andam has picked out as his game of the week in the UEFA Champions League. But Man United, Bayern Munich, really big game. We'll see how that goes for United in there. United have a miserable record against Bayern Munich after winning that game in 1999. Now, let me take your comments on Facebook. And Anyawu Chibozo Jesse says, good evening, I'm watching live from Wale Wale in Ghana, and it's a very interesting show. Thank you so much, Anyawu. Thank you so much for doing the watching and also for listening to us. Sir Kobe says, watching you guys from Ho Taviefe. Oh, wow, that's a hard one. Ho Taviefe. Thank you so much, Sir Kobe, for watching us. So Rick Rampofu says, a la fresh Korea. Anyway,
tell the listeners, is that you?
Rick Rampofu says, fresh Korea cat for y'all. Okay.
Yes.
Oriku, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Riku. And also Ken Doku Okanse says, greetings from Pokwase. Yao Fusulabi, aka Kawawa. I'm listening to you and your co-panelist here live in Pokwase. The love is big and large. Raspopo in Pokwase. Thank you so much, Raspopo. I mean, the love is always big from me as well. And thank you for doing the listening and always watching on Facebook as well and sharing your thoughts and all of that with us. Can we have the predictor? We're just about wrapping up on the show. Can we have the predictor before we go? Predictor, please. But yeah, this is still Sports Ultras right here on 3FM 92.7. Let's take a predictor. Kelvin says PSV will lose to Arsenal by 3-1. He also says Manchester United will lose to Bayern by 3-2. And then Dortmund will draw 2-2 with PSG. He says Newcastle United will beat AC Milan by 3-1. And Liverpool will beat Manchester United by 3-1. Also, I am predicting that Arsenal will win 2-1 against PSV. Manchester United will draw 2-2 against Bayern. Dortmund will draw 2-2 against PSV. Milan will beat Newcastle United by 2-1. And Liverpool will win by 4-0 against Manchester United on Sunday. Aniela says Arsenal will beat PSV by 2-1. And then Manchester United will also lose to Bayern by 2-1. PSG will actually win to Dortmund by 2-1, and Newcastle United will beat AC Milan by 1-0. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1 is Aniela's prediction in there. Now, Bill says Arsenal will beat PSV by 3-1. Bayern will beat Manchester United by 3-1. Dortmund 2, PSG 2, and then AC Milan will beat Newcastle United by 2-1, and Manchester United will lose to Liverpool by 6-0. And I actually agree though, because it's potentially a scoreline that could happen to Manchester United.
Yeah, I mean last season 7-0.
Yeah, so I mean reduced by one. Yeah, let's see how that goes in that one as well. But Bill, give me a few of your thoughts on your predictions before we go. You predicted that the prediction on the Dortmund game is what I want to hear. Dortmund PSG.
Yeah, I mean Dortmund PSG. PSG, I mean this season in the Champions League have been a bit on and off, and a lot of pressure has come on Kylian Mbappe, for example, to get most of the goals for the team, with the likes of Dembele and the rest supporting him. I mean, the supporting cast isn't as strong as before when they had the Neymar and the Messi who could pose a lot of trouble for any team. And so for any team that is facing PSG, they would have a bit more confidence knowing that they are not facing a totally star-studded side, and they are facing a side with a number of problems in their team and are over-reliant on one player. And so I think it's going to be a real cracker in this one. And I think Dortmund actually, they do have a chance to, at least get a result from this one, at least a draw from PSG. It could go on to be a win, and I won't be surprised. But I think for now, it should be a draw between both teams.
Right. And that group, that's Group F, has Dortmund on top with 10 points. G 7 points, Newcastle 5 points, AC Milan 5 points. If Dortmund beats PSG, and any of the guys in Newcastle and Milan are able to win, they qualify. How huge would that be?
I think if you look at it from a Newcastle standpoint, it's great news. But for Milan, your European giants, I mean, it's not news for them. I'm rooting for Newcastle on this one. I just feel like Eddie Howe has done a good job with that side. Getting them to the Champions League knockout stage would be, I mean, they've been an absentee for like a very long time. It would be such a major boost for them. I'm just wondering if they can actually go to, if it's San Siro, if they can welcome AC Milan and get the win over them, and hopefully pray that Dortmund get the results in their favor. Then it just makes it even easier for them. PSG, like Bill said, they are over-reliant on Kylian Mbappe. I just don't know how Luis Enrique is trying to build his team around him, but then hopefully they lose, because I really don't like PSG at this point.
Just like that.
So, I'm a Barca fan, like,
Charlie, just like that.
Anyway, we'll see how that goes for both sides there. But I took you through the Champions League fixtures on Tuesday. Wednesday, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Celtic, Feyenoord, Borussia Dortmund, PSG, Newcastle United, AC Milan, and then Red Star Belgrade will face Manchester City. City going away from home. RB Leipzig will also take on the Young Boys, and then FC Porto will face Shakhtar Donetsk, and Royal Antwerp will also take on Barcelona. So the big game actually on Wednesday is Dortmund PSG. But I think the Newcastle AC Milan game will be a good one.
A very, 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 very good one. I mean, Newcastle having been around for quite a long time, and then AC Milan are also, a team that are looking to better what they did last season when they got to the semi-finals. And so, I mean, a win for Newcastle will be huge, very, very huge. And considering the fact that PSG and Dortmund are going to battle, and probably one of them will lose points, or both of them will lose points, any of the two teams between Newcastle and AC Milan will want to pounce, and a win will be so crucial for any of them. I think it could go either way. Very, 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 very close between both teams.
Right. Thank you so much to Bill. Thank you to Aniela as well, and thank you, Emmanuel and Dan, for joining us. Do you have anything to say? You want to say hello to your girlfriend?
Oh, no.
You don't want to say hello to your girlfriend?
LeBron James is the good.
Yeah, exactly.
They're playing.
Yeah.
You have to give him a shout. LeBron James.
LeBron James, MVP. Thank you so much for putting all the enemies to shame in that one. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers, good performance there from you guys as well. And NBA lovers, we are sorry we couldn't bring you extensive coverage. Tomorrow, just watch New Day on TV3, and we'll bring you extensive coverage on there. My name is Yao Fusulabi. Thank you to Bill. Thank you to Aniela Alote, my able producer, Prosper Kuzo. Thank you so much. Kweku Tweet is the man on social media. He made sure that you could see everything on Facebook. Kweku Tweet has so many girls, and he's a top don.
But we can add more.
He's a top. He can add one.
He can add more.
He has a big heart.
So
much love to give. And Emmanuel Andam is also here. Andam, it's your debut on the show. Thank you for coming. You wanted to say something. You don't want to say anything to your girlfriend?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I'm okay.
All right.
Hey, and now who is your girlfriend?
He doesn't want to say it. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Good evening to you, Harriet. Good evening to you. Anyway, thank you so much for doing the listening. We're back next week with another exciting edition of the show.